thrust, as I've talked to you about this before, into the national spotlight at age 20 to replace one of the world's biggest sex symbols. And you didn't see yourself as a sex symbol. You didn't play a sex symbol, but you certainly were Chrissy's cousin, and you were following in Suzanne's footsteps. Was that a challenge for you because you played more of a girl next door, but yet there was that sex symbol kind of thing you were put into, plugging in for Suzanne?
Did we talk about that at one time? It seems like,
yeah.
Oh, that's one of those little stories that I don't know. You know what? It was tough because Suzanne Summers is still to this day, God bless her, a beautiful woman, and you can't replace anyone. You can come thereafter, but my mother laughed. When you're 20 years old and they want to make you, and you have to do all the magazine bathing suit shots and this and that, it's a bit daunting. Now, as a woman gets older too, it's like you get much more, feel much more safe in your skin. So, but then also as we age, it's like today, I think my body is as prettier than it was when I was 20. Now, mind you, I work at it, and yet today, they're not asking me to take my clothes off, and it's like you kind of go, you want me to take my clothes off? They're like, no, you know?
I'm ready now.
When you're 20, you take your clothes, oh, you're so freaked out. So it's like, because you still are discovering what sexuality is all about.
You did some very tasteful shots for Playboy a few years ago. And was that a challenge for you? Was that a liberating moment? Like, I'm really comfortable with my body now, I'm comfortable with my celebrity, I'm going to do this?
Well, to also explain about that one, Playboy has had very, very, very few people in Playboy that were allowed to keep their clothes on. There's only been a couple handfuls. So I got that gig based on the fact that I wasn't going to take my clothes off. Now, mind you, when I showed up for the photo shoot, after they did the hair and the makeup and all that, they said, okay, let's go. And I said, well, what am I supposed to put on? Where's the wardrobe? And he goes, what do you mean, where's the wardrobe? And I said, where's the wardrobe? And anyway, quickly he got on the phone and everything else. So I was like, there's wardrobe. So then the wardrobe came in. But liberating, no. It was another gig. But it's a wonderful gig because then Playboy owns those photos and they have the rights to those photos. So what was funny is I will say that I was with a guy on a trip to Aspen, Colorado, and in Aspen, I had done the layout and everything, but then we're in Aspen, he goes, Jenilee, isn't that you? And I go, what are you talking about? And we looked over and we're at a store, and on the magazine racks, Playboy also had taken those photos, and so they took one of those pictures, and then they put it on the cover of a magazine hardcover for Playboy that's the 100 Most Beautiful Women of Playboy,
wow.
And I'm on the cover of that. So I mean,
that's cool.
Very, very cool. Obviously not true or whatever, but it's like, oh my gosh. So to think that, I was on the cover of the 100 Most Beautiful Women because it's a really good shot. But, so liberating, no, it's just, it's another feather in your little cap that is really nice, but you go home and there's mom and your brothers and sisters saying, thank God you're home, by the way, the trash is there and it's your turn to take it out.
and as much as you grew up a regular girl, you had a business sense about you at a young age. I believe I've read that you were investing in real estate during Three's Company. Can you talk a bit about that aspect of your life? Because you
sure.
are smart.
Yeah, I am smart.
You are smart.
I am smart.
But at 20 to be that smart.
Again, I was raised by, my parents were pretty strict and pretty disciplined. So, I started working, I was babysitting at 8 years old for neighbors. I was teaching infant swim lessons when I was 10 years old. I became a waitress when I was 12, a hostess that my sister was dating the manager. So so I have a really good work ethic because of my parents, and so I went to real estate school when I was 17 for the purpose of investing in real estate, and I went to my mom very early on and said, I'm not going to be spending my money, giving it all to you guys and all that right now. I'm going to invest it so then I have it in the long run. So I went to real estate school in 17. I started buying real estate when I was 17 years old. So, and to tell you, so I, own a nice little piece here and there, and I still own them today. So that's a trick too, is you buy it and you don't sell it.
How did you manage to keep your head on so straight during Three's Company, Dallas, and beyond? Because there are a lot of things in Hollywood, a lot of people get caught up in the wrong things. You've always seemed to really keep your head on straight.
I do, and thank you. I've never done drugs in my life. I didn't have a drink till I was in my later 20s. I'm extremely disciplined, and I will also say I'm not a cup half full person, I'm a cup overflowing person. That every day I went on that set was a gift, and I believe that 1,000%. So it's my mother also ingrained that in me, that everything you do is an opportunity. And she said the worst thing in life is to look back and wish you would have done something. So do everything. And so you can either look at it, oh, this is challenging or this is daunting, and then I can look at it again every single day and think, I'm on this set with John Ritter and Joyce DeWitt and Priscilla Barnes and Don Knotts and Richard Klein, and all of them treated me very nicely. And the producers and everything else, hey, the reality is I'm a business and I'm a commodity, and that's what it is. And I cannot fault them because I'm a product that needs to produce, because we're all doing this because it's a job and there's income for everybody to make. And that income also, that show also fed 100 families, from your cameramen to the caterers to everybody. And so every single day it was a joy. And when I even knew, hey, I was not going to be on that show for perhaps years to come, I was on there that day, and I was on there the next day. So for me, it was wonderful. And Three's Company launched my life, and also other shows. You can look at them that they're tough, but tough. It's given me. Mind you, you give up things in your life. And as anyone will tell you, in some respects, it's also you could be alone a lot, and you can either look and sit there and think, oh, this is lonely, or you could take the opportunity and say, hey, I'm alone, what am I going to do with it?
So you did. Can you tell us about what you've been working on lately and what's coming up for you? What are your goals for the future?
I love my animals, so I'll be doing that forever. I have a wonderful thoroughbred horse farm now in Kentucky that I'm doing a lot with. But in show business, I'm writing and I'm producing. I sold a sitcom I wrote to the BBC. I have a couple of reality shows. I'm working with a company that's doing some things in China, that I have a neat, really wonderful television theatrical thing coming up. So I'm still plugging away.
Behind the camera and potentially on camera.
On both, on the camera and on the camera most often. So, but on the camera, and then I produce behind the scenes and I make product up, and So I actually have a book coming out and product with it, and so yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about that at this point?
No.
Okay, we'll look for it.
So but when it's when it's ready to go to press, which is in the production part, I'll call you.
Please do.
And we'll do signings together.
That'd be cool. Well, thank you so much, Jenilee. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for all your support and who you are, because you put us on the map. And when your book always comes around and they ask us to sign it, it's like to have a beautiful person behind the words.
Oh, thank you so much.
So thank you guys for making it all happen.
Well, I have to say, I really appreciate that. Who knew that we would lose John? Who knew, Don and the Ropers? It was just a wonderful opportunity to get to meet you guys. And when I was right out of college, I thought, okay, who is this kid, right? And you all embraced what I was doing and made it very meaningful. So thank you.
Yeah, and having John and bitter sweet, but again, we were certainly blessed with him. He was here, and now I'm going to cry. So
yeah.
okay.
We'll wrap up. Thank you, Jenny.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.